5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What's up, all you crazy capitalists, you witty whiskey enthusiasts? Welcome back to the Whiskey Capitalist Podcast. I'm Ian.
And I'm Shawn.
And make sure you like, share, subscribe, follow, stalk, all those things you're supposed to do on the social media now. Make sure you comment down below.
Especially stalk.
Yes, please stalk us. Don't actually do that. But make sure you comment down below if you want to have anything read on the thing. Unless it's horrible, then we won't read it. We probably will. Go to solo.to/the Whiskey Capitalist for all of our links and ways to stay up to date with us, and go to bit.ly/the Whiskey Capitalist merch to check out our fully stacked merch store. Now, this week we are going to be addressing the fact that we weren't here last week because this guy was sick. And we're also going to be talking about House of the Dragon, which is mostly going to be Shawn because he's the one who's watched it, and also the Rings of Power. Again, a Shawn topic. So I'm going to be recovering during this one.
You can just view at this point. I'll just cut you out of the stream at one point, and you just comment away, my friend.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'll just go into the chat. We're also going to be talking about the recent Biden speech that had quite a few similarities to a certain evil force back in the World War II. And in contrast, we're going to be looking at Trump's speech that had a lot of patriotism and the feelings of unity that a sitting president should have. Definitely a bunch of other things we're going to go into, but it's probably going to be a little bit of a short stream tonight, just so we can get back in the swing of things. Whatever else pops up into the conversation. If there's anything you want us to talk about, anything specifically,
And also, let's not forget that this week we are also doing our Stranger Things episode.
Oh yeah, we should do that. Once we get the intro, we'll throw that promo on, and then we'll talk about that a little bit too. But if there's anything that you guys want us to talk about, anything that you think we missed, let us know in the comments. But until then, here we go.
Who else in the level curve say yeah?
Look at that big, juicy booty.
Hot like a tamale.
Be offended.
Do you love black people? Negro.
You know the thing.
Here, next.
Don't be rude.
You ain't black.
Shawn Cav.
You're going to have a flame coming out of your butthole.
Heartfelt.
A man and a woman.
I'm still so impressed with that intro. That intro every time, like, yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I mean, it's so random, but at the same time, someone listening to it, they're going to be like, okay, so it's politics, and it's irreverent humor. Okay.
Yeah, that's the beauty of it.
That explains this pretty fucking well. But yeah, okay. So before we get into everything, just want to let everyone know that we are going to be doing a Stranger Things review, recap, whatever you want to discussion. You want to talk about it, just basic live stream. We're going to be doing it on Wednesday. We were supposed to do it last Wednesday, but I decided to get sick and, throw
off all of our schedules. Yeah, I get it.
Have to reschedule shit with, 3 different people. But yeah, I'm sorry, kind of, I guess, or if actually no.
The shit happens, dude. Like, you get sick, you get sick. That's just the way like the world works anymore. So like, it's not anything you need to like apologize to anybody for. Just like, hey, dude, sorry, I got sick. Like, okay, no big deal. We'll get through it.
And I'm really stoked on the Stranger Things episode coming up. Like, did a lot of work for it and whatever. And I don't want.
Oh yeah, and like the fact that you've watched the series like twice now, like to just kind of like be up to date on everything, like that's impressive to me because I mean like I've watched the entire thing like once and I've watched each season as they came out. So the last time I saw a season 1 was when it came out. So like I'm like, all right, yeah, maybe I should be going back and rewatching. I just don't have the time to sit there and like to do that. But
you got 2 days, sir.
2 days. Yeah, I don't even know if there's enough hours in the days to get all that in. Well, I guess there would be, but I don't want to.
Yeah, no, I put in a lot of work on it, so I wanted to make it, as as interesting as possible, and not me like fucking choking and not having a headache and not being able to be a part of it. But anyways, here is that promo, and the date at the very end is wrong. So I was trying in the 15 minutes before this fucking live stream to like re-render something, but that didn't work. Okay, so here we go. Okay.
Yep, there it is. And now it's just going to be September 7th. That's the only difference.
September 7th.
2 days from today, everybody.
I'm kind of retarded.
You're forgiven.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying I am. But yeah. But yeah, so we should start off with your pick one of the nerd shows you want to.
One of the nerd shows. You want to talk about nerd shows to me when you're the one that's like so into your MCU. Like I just sit there, I listen. Like I don't take anything away from when you start talking about all your comic book nonsense. And
really?
I mean, a little bit. Really? I dig.
Really? Because this never shows.
Don't care.
Yeah, that does make an appearance now and then when you start talking. But all right, so let's see. I mean, like I've already kind of talked about the House of the Dragon stuff so far, because now we are, was it 3 episodes in, I believe, and yeah, I mean, like without going too much into that show, like that first episode, it was kind of like meh, like we didn't know how we were gonna feel about the actress or this or that, and like I think the actress has grown on a lot of people, you know, who's playing what's her name, like Venera or something like that. I don't know. It's Venerial. I don't know what her fucking name is, but it's like every single one of like the yeah, it's like seriously every single one of like the Valerians, they all have some kind of V like area like name in the
one
of
the roots.
yeah, and like it's just like they all have like these like hard to say names, so it's hard to always keep it all together. And there's like a billion Aegon Targaryens. I was looking up the family tree on like my phone, just like I want to see the Targaryen like family tree, and like it's all this. There's an Aegon, there's an Aegon, there's an Aegon, there's an Aegon, like, and there's a Rhaegar, there's a Rhaegar. I'm like, oh, there's just so many of them. Like this isn't. I don't know, it's very difficult to kind of keep it all straight as to who's related to who. And I think they did that on purpose, because then it's like, oh, well, it was the uncle this whole time, or it was this guy. Yeah, like they can just kind of like fudge the timeline, or like they could fudge the family tree as they go. But anyway, that was Sunday night. Now Saturday, I sat at home and I drank and watched the 2-episode season of the Lord of the Rings thing. It was like the Power of the Rings, and I didn't know what to expect. I was kind of thinking like, because you know I loved like the original 3 like Lord of the Rings movies, like they were great, like you know,
Rings of Power.
Yeah, Rings of Power.
Yeah, you said Power of the Rings, and I was like, did I write that wrong?
Well, it's Rings of Power. Yeah, like whatever. And like the thing is like, I'm not like a big fucking nerd on this stuff, so like I don't read the books or anything. I'm just going off of the movies and what I kind of know and like things I've come across online when people start talking about this shit in depth. And I'll read it, I'm like, okay, that kind of makes sense to me, or like, wow, this just seems like you're reaching at this point. And you know, honestly, my review of the thing is that like the fact that they only did 2 episodes, what a fucking waste of time. What a massive fucking waste of time. Wait, because like
for the whole series, or that
the season, the whole fucking season is just 2 or I don't know if it was the whole fucking series or if it was just a season. I have a feeling it's just a season. They're probably going to do like multiple seasons of the whole thing. I think that was even a thing I looked up. That I think they may have signed on to do 2 for sure, but there's a maximum of like 5 that might happen. But the
2 episodes.
2 fucking episodes. The first one's like barely an hour and a half, and the second one's just about like a little over an hour. So like it could have just been a movie that came out, but talk about the huge waste of time. Nothing fucking happened in the 2 fucking episodes. And I'm not going to get into all of the woke bullshit that they were talking about as well. I mean, I will eventually, but right now what I'm saying is I saw that they led this whole thing about like what's the bad guy that was like an eye, and like the original was like Sauron or Cyclops. I don't know. It's like Sauron. Yeah. But like whatever that fucking old wizard dude was that was like, you know, trapped in like the tower. You know, he was like a human or like whatever it was. He was like an old wizard, and he was like kind of in hiding for like centuries, like just hiding out in like the different strongholds
from Power Rangers.
Yeah, so he's just been gone. He's been missing all this time, and like the elves have been out like fucking all over the goddamn like Middle Earth, and Middle Earth apparently isn't like the planet. Middle Earth is like the continent, because they have boats that go back to old Valeria, which I guess that, or not Valeria, wherever the fuck
like, what are you talking about?
Whatever the fuck the elves are from, like they go back to their homeland or whatever. So like that's like the common like boat thing, because like, I remember watching the original movies. Everybody thought that boat meant you were going to go and die. Like this is you're sailing away to heaven or whatever. And like apparently that like just goes back to like where the elves come from. And like apparently that is kind of like this like weird like Eternia type realm where like people just don't die. It's so fucking baffling, dude. Like so anyway, the whole thing is that like the elves are looking all over for this guy. He can't find him, so they're like, fuck it, we give up. And the one girl is like, oh no, I have to find him. I have to do this. So she's going like all through like the ends of the earth looking for this dude, and she's got like a whole troop of dudes with her, and she's of course the toughest one. She's killing like the trolls and this and that, and like everyone's like, wow, she's so cool, she's so strong and powerful. This is amazing that a woman's here to protect us. And then like she's like, all right, tomorrow we leave, we're gonna go and do this, because they came across some kind of like a clue. Hey gang, we found a clue, you know, like, so that they found a clue to like,
kids.
Yeah, you pesky kids, you silly dog. Well, like
You and your dog.
you and your damn elf ears. Like they went and like this, so they found a clue. And she was like, all right, tomorrow we leave, we're going to go and do this thing, and we're going to go and like hunt them down. And all the guys took out their swords and they laid them down like, we don't want to. We want to go home. We're tired. And it's like, this totally feels like a whole beta male thing. It's like, we're not strong and tough enough. We just want to go home. We're exhausted. So then like, and then she's just like, instead of like pushing back and like, no, fuck you, I'm the commander, we're going. She just kind of like, okay, like, so they all go back, and they head back to like their main town in Middle Earth, and they're all getting like rewarded for like, oh, thank you so much, like you've determined that this guy is no longer a threat. And she's kind of like, yeah, I'm sure we did, you know. And like meanwhile the rest of them are like, yep, that's right, we did it. And then like, all right, now you get to go on this boat and you get to go back home. And like, so then that's like the first like 3/4 of the episode where like they're on a boat, and like it's like them going this way, and then like the other side of it, which this is another weird thing too. Weren't the little people always called hobbits? Like,
Yeah,
I mean, in the Shire.
Limited knowledge of Lord of the Rings lore. Like, yeah, those are hobbits.
Those are hobbits.
Or Fauci.
They stopped calling them hobbits. Maybe like little people were getting offended by it. I don't fucking know. But like they started saying like they kept on calling them half-foots, which I'm like, what the fuck is a half-foot?
Okay, and I know that the hobbits have huge fucking feet. So why would they be half-foots? Wouldn't those be double-foots?
Yeah, big feets.
Yeah,
like,
found Bigfoot.
Yeah, I don't understand it myself. I was kind of baffled by that one. So I'm watching this like, wait a minute, are these hobbits? Are this like some other type of like breed of like race or something like that? And I'm like, no, they're doing everything that like hobbits would do. This is so strange to me, and they just kind of seemed more like gypsy-esque, like gypsy kind of hobbits. Maybe they called themselves like half-foot, like for that reason. I don't know. I don't know. Like I said,
you can't say gypsies anymore.
How dare you?
You can't say gypsy? Why not?
That's racist.
It is?
Yeah, it's racist to Romanian people. This is what I've heard. The Wokenites.
I don't know, but like, I don't know. There's all kinds of stuff about like gypsies and whatnot. Like, I don't know. It's just a thing.
Thing. I think it's absolutely fucking stupid, like most of this woke nonsense. But
okay, so I'm just gonna continue down this path and like just kind of own the fact that like, yeah, they felt like gypsy hobbits. Just gonna own it. And
how could you say that?
Yeah, because honestly, I didn't know that was gonna be a thing. Didn't know that was gonna be like a racial term or a racist term. And honestly, is it really racist? I'm not even talking about like the Romanian people. I'm saying that these hobbits seemed kind of as though they could have been Romanian.
Yeah, dude. To me, I'm gonna take the probably not
a thing
popular stance and say that there is only one trilogy, and I'm gonna go back to Clerks and agree with Randall.
Okay, but like I'm just saying that there are multiple trilogies out there. There are lots. Yeah. If you make 3 of something, that is a trilogy. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, just kind of like, so they're going on about that. So there's another storyline happening with the half-foots, and like they come across like this guy who like flew through the fucking sky like a meteor and landed like right outside of their little I want to say hobbit town. I'm going to say little gypsy town. Yeah, half-foot gypsy half-foot town. And like so that was a whole thing in there, but like it didn't really pan out into anything. There was no development in that story. So like to me, like it felt like, what the fuck am I watching? And then like it goes back to like the girl like on the boat, and everybody, the boat's going into this cloud where like that's like the homeland, and like I guess it's like a secret password in order to get in there, because then everyone's turning into like light into like this like cloud, and she just jump ship in the middle of the thing. The cloud closes up behind her, and like then now she's like just swimming out in the middle of the ocean. I'm like, you didn't think this through. Like, you're now like drifting off in the middle of the ocean. You have nowhere to go. You have no raft. You have no supplies, and you're like a whole ocean away from Middle Earth. What the fuck are you gonna do now? Like, that was so dumb. Like, should be like, I know I should go back, but I'm already here. Just gonna go in, be done with it. And yeah,
they're putting the woman in charge of driving and directions.
Well, she's in charge of herself now. She's all on her lonesome, and like there's so many other aspects to the thing where I was like, this is so dumb. But like
they did that on purpose. They're like, yeah, just let her drive.
Just go ahead, figure it out. And like,
know where she went.
She well then like that was like basically the entire first episode. There's nothing happened, and then the second episode was like a couple of little fights. And then everyone's like, we need to get we need to get everybody together so we can like figure out what's going to happen, because apparently the orcs are getting ready to attack. So then they all just start marching, and then that's like the whole fucking thing. I was like, you got to be fucking kidding me that I sat down in my basement for 2.5 fucking hours watching these episodes, thinking, all right, the first one could have just been set up for the second one. Second one's going to be like awesome. You know, it's going to really like pull me in and suck me into like what's going on in this series, and I'm going to be like into it, because like I liked, you know, the original Lord of the Rings stuff, but wow, that was garbage. Complete waste of fucking time. Hated it. And then people were complaining about House of the Dragon, but like the thing is, at least with the House of the Dragon, every episode's got something in it. Like it's got either like some type of like political drama, or it's got some type of like love affair thing happening with like fighting and blood and killing. And
is there as much dick as what I've heard is in Game of Thrones?
No.
Okay.
No. I think as far as it went was like somebody's nuts getting thrown like on like a table or something like that. Like that's about like the most like extreme thing to happen. Like someone got like their nuts cut off and they were like thrown at somebody else, you know. So like
yeah,
we really not that bad.
I think that's the next thing we need to get into is the Game of Thrones stuff.
Oh, dude, like you haven't watched any of that, or you haven't watched all of it?
Haven't. No, have not.
Yeah, I've watched it like, I don't know, 4 or 5 times at this point. Like I'm a bit of a nerd when it comes to it, but like, I don't know all the background, the lore. I've been listening to the audiobooks, and I'm almost through like the first one at this point. But dude, it's like 35 fucking hours to listen to an audiobook of Game of Thrones. So it's like, you know, you sit there and you listen for like, you know, 2-3 hours at a time. Like, all right, that's a lot of fucking listening. Like, and eventually you start to zone out and you're like, wait, I gotta pay attention. I don't want to fucking waste my time of like not knowing like what's all different between like the book and like the movie or the series or whatever. And, you know, like for the most part, that first book and the first season of Game of Thrones are like spot on. They're like, they're right neck and neck with like even conversations. It's eerie how like some of the conversations are like literally word for word, like, you know, like right in the show, which is pretty cool. But then like, there's a lot of stuff missing, which would be like the dream sequences and stuff like that. There's a lot of dream sequences that are never talked about or touched on in the series, but like they're in the books. And I don't know, I felt like that kind of did help you understand the characters a little bit more earlier on than like the series did. So I don't know, like that's kind of interesting to me, like you're trying to like compare the two. But honestly, when the fact that like the people at like Amazon thought that they could put out 2 fucking episodes of a series and say that was going to be like enough to draw people in, like you wasted everyone's fucking time. That was so dumb.
And also when you're, all of your promo materials and all the stuff that I've seen, it just seems like it's so woke. It's so like not based, in the lore of, Lord of the Rings, that it seems it's like, and then you're only going to give 2 of those. It's just.
All right. So like here, like, I have the trailer pulled up. I mean, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the audio off and then I'm just going to like, show this that way. We don't get any copyright strikes or nothing like that.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Screen share window, Lord of the Rings, and here we go. Yeah, so it's like, all right, yeah. When you first see like those scenes, you're like thinking like, oh, sweet, like because like it's decent CGI, like it kind of like makes you like think like, all right, like, this is gonna be pretty fucking cool because like we're getting
She-Hulk twerking.
Yeah, no, we're getting into like some like really cool like lore and like
even though like the logo looked kind of cool, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean like and like the big vast like worlds and stuff like that. Like I love this type of stuff. Like where it's like adventure porn essentially. It's like you're just going on like, oh, dude, you see those fucking mountains?
Yeah. Nerd.
Big old fucking eagles. The elves like fortress is here. Oh yeah, and they have this whole dwarves thing here, which is actually pretty fucking sweet. Again, because the dwarves are like the technological like like the masters. They're the engineers of the fucking world, and like they're the ones that are gonna build everything. And again, this is another storyline that went fucking nowhere in this series, where like there's a tower that the elves want to build, which is going to help them create these like magical like weapons and this and that. So essentially they're alluding to the rings. Now that's the whole other thing. It's called Rings of Power. There's no fucking rings in the goddamn series. Like in the there's nothing. I'm like, why the fuck am I watching this? So this is all build up to them making the rings. I'm like, this is so dumb. Oh, these are. Let's see here. Oh yeah, these are the half foots. Look, they're hobbits. These are hobbits. Look,
yeah.
Now tell me again, Gypsy. Do you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Kind of. Oh yeah, and this is that's the dude that fell from the sky. Big old waterfall. Oh yeah, and this is like. We don't want to go anymore. We want to go home. We're tired of fucking walking around following you. We're tired of looking for this mystical boogeyman.
Seems like a bunch of was that Neil Patrick Harris?
It looked like him, but it's not him.
The Lemony Snickets.
So like honestly, the biggest selling point for anybody when it comes to this is the fact that it's all about just bringing you back into the world of Lord of the Rings, like just like anything else, like just like when it comes to like Star Wars and whatever. If they like make another movie, it's about bringing you back into that universe and just kind of like, oh yeah, this is the thing, or this is what's happening during this time. And even if they do like one of those like side quest kind of like stories that's happening at the same time as the main story, if they do something like that, it's like you're like, oh wow, this is exciting because there's something else happening when I know what's going on elsewhere. Yeah. But like this is all like prequel type stuff, just like House of the Dragon. But like I said, the difference is House of the Dragon's got some real fucking shit happening in like the first few episodes compared to this garbage. This is literal huge waste of fucking time. And if I rated this something out of 10 being fucking amazing, like let's say like for a movie or no, for a series, I'm gonna put Sopranos at 10. Let's say this is probably like a 2 or a 3.
I mean, again, just from me, I'm not big on Lord of the Rings stuff. It's just never been like my thing, I guess. But not saying that I didn't see, the first movies, but I haven't seen them in a while. I didn't follow it too much, and but it seems like very cool visuals.
Yeah, that's a big part of it. Like you said it right there. It's the visuals which are really fucking cool.
Yeah. but it's like you should have, spent a little bit more. You're fucking Amazon. You know what I mean? Like, spend some money. If you're going to take this, spend some money on the writing and the storyline.
Yeah, this might as well have been like how the entire series ended. Everyone's just walking away. The end.
The 3 movies.
You basically saw everything.
Ring and everything.
Yeah, you basically saw that was the entire 2 episodes right there, wrapped up in 2.5 minutes. So you don't have to actually waste your time now. You're welcome.
Sweet. Thank you. I'm glad that I just sat through 30 minutes of that fucking nerdiness.
No, dude, I did all that to help you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And I'm selling you on the fact that Game of Thrones, absolutely amazing series.
Yeah.
And then House of Dragon, again, it's one of those things where you're jumping back into another universe so like you're familiar with. So like the family names, like the politics kind of like this and that. And so like I don't know, it's to get you back into it, but at least you need to have a storyline. You need to have something that's going to keep people sitting there and watching and tuning back in. And that's exactly what they got right now. So I'm pretty happy with it.
I'm just wondering the storyline of where this fucking gray hair came from.
From me.
I'm
stressing you out.
You are talking about fucking elves and gypsies and shit.
Yeah.
Faucis. Sorry. Let's just call them the Faucians.
All right, now we can finally switch gears and get to our different political leaders' speeches.
Yeah, exactly. No, do you have any videos pulled up from it or anything?
I can get something. I can get something pulled up.
Why don't you pull up the Trump stuff?
Okay.
I'll get the Biden bullshit because I like torturing myself.
Lights, PA. What was that? PA 2022. Wells Rally, Pennsylvania. Yep. This is, I don't know if this is going to be the one that I'm going to mute my mic for a second just in case.
It's so quiet.
Well, you can go ahead and you can start talking.
No, it's funnier. I like the awkward silence. It's just crazy, man. Like, what the fuck? What are we doing here? You want to call everyone else fucking fascists and Trump was a dictator, and then you literally look like a fucking dictator.
Yeah, I know. Seriously. All right, so I think I got some stuff here that we could probably start digging into.
Yeah.
This is let's see that. Here's a one that's held by News Nation. Let me share my screen here.
One of the funniest comments that I've seen is it was a tweet from not Kenny Rogers. It says, "To be honest, even I was a little creeped out by Biden's speech," said by Satan.
Yeah.
All right. So you were just listening to former President Donald Trump at a rally for GOP candidates in the battleground state of Pennsylvania. There is a lot to unpack here. News Nation's Evan Lambert is live for us in our nation's capital, joining us to kick off our analysis. Now, Evan, this is the former president's first rally since the FBI searched his Mar-a-Lago home.
Natasha, yes, and we were expecting him to hit on that, and he, of course, did. We'll get to that in just a second, but most of the speech he spoke for again, which he has been for a while, but saying, quote, "I may just have to do it again." He hit Democrats and President Biden on immigration, crime, inflation. Frankly, these are all issues that Republicans want to be talking about ahead of the midterms in November at Mar-a-Lago and Mar-a-Lago.
Weaponizing the Justice Department and the FBI like never, ever before. And raiding and breaking into the homes of their political opponents. I wonder who that could be.
Oh.
Well, and Evan, the former president...
You wanted to just watch the black dude in the background? Hold on.
The president also had his own rebuttal to President Biden's speech on threats to democracy.
Thinks making America great again
look at him.
is a threat to our country. No, making America great again is
No, if you rewind it back to where we were a second ago, he said something about rating or whatever, and you see him just go, yeah, boss.
Documents that the FBI found at Mar-a-Lago. We want to get to
Department and the FBI like never ever before.
Woo!
And raiding and breaking into the homes of their political opponents. I wonder who that could be.
No! Well, and Evan, the former president also had his own rebuttal to President Biden.
For our country. Making America great again is a threat to our country. No, making America great again is great for our country.
Weird, right? Grammar, that's how it works.
And Evan, I do want to touch on one more point with you before.
Right. Now, I'm going to find that other clip where, I think it's on my Twitter. I'm going to pull this away real quick, and I'll find that the other clip here. Let's see, Twitter.com. Oh, no, I think it's on the Whiskey Capitalist. Whiskey Cap Pod. Boom. Because I know I shared it. There's us. Look at that. All right. And, oh, wait. Is this it? This is, oh, we can definitely show this, though.
Oh, yeah, the back and forth. I remember seeing that.
Yeah. Stand up. Yeah, nobody supports Donald Trump.
Yeah, no one at all.
Nobody.
Not a whole stadium full.
Everywhere he goes.
Yep.
He could go to the middle of fucking nowhere and he will fill that stadium with a day's notice.
Yep.
Than anything else? You realize that? The point is, we ask so much of you. So much of you. I've not...
Okay, pause it real quick.
Oh.
Okay, coming from being musically inclined or sound engineering inclined or understanding sound, like when there's that much reverb and bounce of sound, it's because there's not a lot of bodies.
Yeah, there's nothing in that room.
Yeah, and so you can hear when he's talking, and you hear the reverberation off of the fucking cement walls because he sucks. Yeah, oh yeah, did you hear that that we beat Pharma this year?
Yeah, I did hear that.
You heard that? According to, it's like, okay, how did we beat Pharma? You are Pharma, and
Pharma still exists. Like, how did we beat Pharma? It's just, we beat Pharma. I'm like, what? We did? How? When?
The absolute retardedness.
It's shocking. Oh, here it is. This is the clip I wanted to show.
Okay.
There is no mountain we cannot climb.
Yeah, I heard that.
There is no summit we cannot reach. There is no challenge we cannot meet. There is no victory we cannot have.
They even put the music behind it.
We will not bend. We will not break. We will not yield. We will never give in. We will never give up. We will never, ever, ever back down.
Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down.
As long as we are confident and united,
he rickrolled us.
The tyrants we are fighting do not stand even a chance. Because we are Americans, and Americans kneel to God and God alone.
I love all the Mastriano signs too.
My fellow citizens, this incredible journey we are on together has only just begun. And it is time to start talking about greatness for our country again. We are one movement, one people, one family, and one glorious American nation. So with the help of everyone here today and citizens all across our land, we will make America powerful again. We will make America wealthy again. We will make America strong again. We will make America proud again. We will make America safe again.
Weird concepts.
And we will make America great again. Thank you very much. God bless you all. Thank you, Pennsylvania. Thank you.
It's like, talk about like a unity speech. Like that's to bring everybody together. Like that is, was there anything negative? Did he say anything like, we need to go after these Democrats? No, he brings out the fact that like in his speech, like it's like you know, a pretty long speech, like an hour and a half or whatever. Like he obviously is pointing out the flaws in like the Democratic Party and like the fact that like the Biden administration is a complete failure and it's like an embarrassment. But like overall, the speech is to unify people behind a common cause of like, hey, we are America. Like, let's put our differences aside and fucking save the nation. But instead, we get this fucking shit. God, all right, do you need me to pull up some stuff for the Biden one?
Yeah, I do that. Sorry, I didn't know who this dude was, but Ellie Mistal. Have you seen this guy?
No.
Okay. This is a real person. That is not Don King. Hold on. That guy.
Oh, okay.
That is a real person who speaks on like MSNBC and.
And what is he leaving us hate comments?
No, he's, dude. If we were getting hate comments from someone on NBC, we'd be making it. Global finance, commodities, principal, proud dad, loyal friend. Former finance director of Mercedes-Benz USA. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I don't know. He was saying some stupid shit on I guess Joy Reid's show or something.
Okay.
Some dumb shit, but he looks like fucking Don King, which is
he does
fucking great.
Okay, so I have his speech and like. But the best part when it comes to like the Biden speech is the whole like entrance and how the whole thing is set up, and it looks pretty normal, and then the lights go out and you're like, oh man, is this getting fucking weird right out the gate? Because like, honestly, when I first saw those images of like the black and the red and like the soldiers behind him and this and that, I was like, this is Photoshop. Right? Yeah. This is Photoshop. No one would be this stupid. Like this would be like the way he presents himself. So without further ado, let's
real quick.
Okay.
When they do that, the funniest thing is you thought it was Photoshop?
Yeah.
Okay. What's funny is like I think CNN and MSNBC they photoshopped it to take the color, take some of the vividness out of it, and so it wasn't as red, and they made it look like it was like kind of washed, kind of like they did with Joe Rogan, how they changed what he looked like when he had COVID or whatever, and they made him all clean looking. Yeah, and so they did that, and then they even cropped out a lot of the red, the darkness and the red on other videos. They cropped it out to where it was like pretty much just like his head and the podium, so you didn't see everything else and have that negative connotation that goes with that imagery.
Yeah, no wonder like everyone thinks CNN is completely fake news and whatnot. Yeah. But yeah, so just to me, the biggest telling thing was this whole intro. So he's walking up, right here. He's like walking up, pushes Jill off to the side. Get over here, bitch, and then I'm gonna give you a kiss
right now.
I gotta go fuck up the nation. Hey, everybody. Shit's gonna get evil real quick. Right now, holy fuck! Like, no, look at it. It's like, it
immediately starts coughing.
It's like, hey. And it's like immediately, it's like, no, the shit's gonna get real evil in here real fast now. It's just like, oh my god! So it's just like the black and the red, and then he's all washed out, and then like you just see like the soldiers in the background. Apparently, there was also this thing where I saw it on Hedge Zero, I think it was, where they were saying that like apparently they broke some type of like a contract with how they use the Marines in like the Marines are not supposed to be visible in presidential speeches and this and that. Like it's some kind of like it must be a written thing, but it's just like an unenforced like rule that like goes along with the thing with the Marines and the executive branch essentially. But the fact that they had the soldiers in the background, apparently that was like a big no. I don't know, but like it's an interesting thought nonetheless. But just kind of see him go like. Let's see if I can find.
I speak to you tonight.
He goes off
from sacred ground.
Just the very beginning. It's so great. Okay, hold on. Yeah, just go from when he starts talking, and if you, there's 5 fucking coughs within the first like 2 minutes, dude. Like,
well, because didn't Jill just get over having COVID too?
They both did.
Yeah, he's had it twice. So did she. She also had it twice now, I think.
But boosted.
Yeah, boosted.
Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. This is where America made its Declaration of Independence to the world more than 2 centuries ago.
MAGA Americans.
About the power we have in our own hands
to meet
these threats. And about the incredible future that lies in front of us if only we choose it.
I have nipples, Greg.
We must never forget, we the people are the true heirs of the American experiment that began more than 2 centuries ago.
Try to relax your anus.
We, the people, are burning inside of each of us the flame of liberty that was lit here at Independence Hall.
Dwight, you ignorant
flame that lit our way through abolition, the Civil War, suffrage, the Great Depression.
It's a fucking joke.
World wars, civil rights.
Be offended.
That sacred flame still burns. Now in our time, as we build an America that is more prosperous.
Do you love black people?
Just.
He certainly doesn't.
That is the work of my presidency. A mission I believe in with my whole soul. First, we must be honest with each other.
Yeah, I want to find where he's going off about like MAGA Republicans. Takes aim at Trump and MAGA Republicans. Probably in this one.
After saving with customized
we got ads.
From Liberty Mutual, I customized.
Go to this one. Go to this. We don't want to see any ads.
Hey, conference caller.
We didn't get paid for it.
Help you fly through your day with options that fit your life.
And
like
we
delivery.
are back.
America has been a beacon to the world. But as I stand here tonight,
look, they're hiding. They're hiding the red and the black, right?
Yeah,
because they changed the angle. Like, all right, so let's not show that because it's going to make them look even worse.
Yeah, exactly.
Equality and democracy are under assault. We do ourselves no favor to pretend otherwise. So tonight, I've come to this place where it all began to speak as plainly as I can to the nation.
How about new?
Shawn COVID.
Let's see here. Are they going to show him like actually saying it?
It's the Los Angeles Times. They think
Not
they're
a
more
president of red America, blue America, but of all America.
Yeah, sure you are.
And I believe it's my duty to
duty. He said duty.
No matter how difficult, no matter how painful.
You know the thing.
Here, in my view, is what is true.
Come on, man, the thing.
MAGA Republicans do not respect the Constitution. They do not believe in the rule of law. They do not recognize the will of the people.
It's like, really, like that's your point, like that they don't respect the law of the people. I'm pretty sure the MAGA Republicans want freedom of speech. They want people to be able to protect themselves. They want people to be able to have like weapons if needed. They want children to be safe in schools. They want to have a choice of where your kids are getting educated. Let's see. They
go by the Constitution and go by the rule of law.
They want to have smaller government essentially because like they want people to be able to like essentially like be responsible for themselves and like also like police their own communities and whatnot.
And they don't want to defund the police.
Yeah, they don't want to defund the police either. Wow, like I just listed I think like 5 or 6 things right there, which I think that would pretty much like make everything a lot better, make everything great again. I think. I don't know.
Don't say that, you fascist.
Make everything great again?
Yeah.
Mega? Can we get mega hats?
Dude.
Make everything great again.
That's dangerous, but I kind of like it.
I like it. I think that's great. I would totally have like a bright red shirt that says "Make everything great again," or even like a bright red hat. Bright red hats. I don't know if Teespring does hats, but like if they do,
you just gotta send them in. It's fucking.
Oh, you gotta send them hats. I don't want to send them stuff.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It just sucks because it's like so blatant and apparent that it's sad that no one gets it. You know what I mean?
I
like,
know.
People are starting to, but it's like, dude, like, what are we doing here?
Well, you know what I've said many times before is like I have a bunch of like liberal friends where you read their posts online and it sounds like ridiculous left-wing propaganda nonsense. But you have a conversation with them in person and you tell them, hey, well, you know, I believe in this because I think this makes the most sense. You know, I think we should have the right to, like, you know, whether keep our kids safe or do this or do that or whatever it might be. Or like, how about like protecting like the lives of like unborn children and this and that, you know, just like, I think there's certain things that, you know, I have a strong stance on. And but you pose your argument in that sense and they're like, oh yeah, absolutely. Now, are you just agreeing with me to get me to stop talking with you because you don't want to go down this rabbit hole? Or or do you actually feel this way? Or do you not have like a strong stance about it? You just pretend to have a strong stance online so that way all of you and your other like left-wing like blue voters all kind of just like, you know, go into your echo chamber and like give each other pats on the back. Like, I don't understand where they get off on like, because if you can have these conversations with people, and if they are sensible human beings, whether they vote Democrat or they vote Republican, there's a big chunk of like common sense right in the middle where most people align with. Now, there might be some like variation of like what policies they may agree with or disagree with, but in like when all boils down to it, is like, all right, protecting human life and, you know, having the right to do what you want with your life, you know, like that's
it's just,
you know, what it all boils down to.
Big old virtue signal. That's what it is. I mean, it's hey, look at me. I have the black fist up, or I put the black square, or I have a rainbow on this.
I'm glad I didn't do that. Everyone was like, "Are you going to do it?" No, I'm not going to. You're not going to? No, not doing it. And like, you know, like, I'm not going to be part of your little club, and that's fine. You know, I'm just going to be myself and feel that like I don't need to put a black square on my profile in order to like stand together with like musicians against like, you know, black oppression or something like that. Like this is absurd. This does nothing. It is a giant online virtue signal.
Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous, and I'm fucking tired of it. I'm absolutely tired of it, and just to the point of how cranky I was with our hater. That's where I'm at with a lot of shit. You know, it's just it's annoying as fuck, and I'm tired of having these people call me something when it's like, dude, you know, like no, that's not what I'm trying to do here. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to be me.
Yeah, and this is like exactly what I was getting at before in the live space when we were talking just a little bit ago. I brought up the fact that, like, you know, all right, the Fetterman versus Oz, you know, that whole campaign race for like Senate, that's a lose-lose. You know, like, because don't like Oz, definitely don't like Fetterman.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, what are we left to do? Well, I guess you could vote in your party's favor, but it's like, really? like, you know, like this is the guy that, like, you know, to me is just a con artist. You know, like he's running on the fact that he got an endorsement from Trump, and like, you know, the people that I know that are for Oz, I asked them, like, why are you for Oz? Well, because Trump endorsed him. Why do you think he did that? I don't know. Like, well, what about Oz? What do you like about him? Like, well, I just like the fact that Trump endorsed him. So just because Trump said that, like this is the guy, now you're for him.
To me, it's just such a, it's the one thing, like we were talking about, you know, on the Twitter space, where it's like, you know, you have to be able to criticize your own side. And
yeah, and this is me digging into that for sure.
Yeah, I mean that's one thing that I think that, which is scary to a point, that a lot of conservatives, you know, obviously liberals, Democrats, they're the worst at it. They will never criticize their own side, no matter what.
Yeah, they're going to vote blue no matter who.
Yeah, blue no matter who, you know, whatever. But with conservatives, it's kind of scary. Not saying that Trump isn't the best bet that we have or that we had in 2016 or, you know, whatever. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that there is a big scare for me that people idolize him and put him as a messianic figure, and that sucks. You know, coming from, you know, being Christian and coming from a Christian background, it's like, you know, that it literally says that in the Bible. Don't put any idols before God. And it seems a lot that even though there are these, you know, Christian conservatives and Christian Republicans, it's almost like they're putting Trump in that field, and it's like, no, he does wrong just like any other human, because he is
just an imperfect human like the rest of us.
Exactly. And so it's one of those things where I always have to, you know, play devil's advocate or do that, just even with myself in my own head, and being like, look, he's just a dude, and like, yes, he couldn't be funny, he can have good policies, do all this stuff, but he's still just a dude, and I don't want to get in that mindset, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Where he's infallible. So, but I didn't wake up until later, and had coffee before we did the Twitter space. So you know how coffee works. I'm gonna shit my pants here in a minute. You want
to run through some quick little like blurbs, and then we'll wrap this one up?
Yeah, that's good. We'll do that because I'm gonna shit my pants.
Okay. All right. You go ahead and you pull up the links if you need me to say anything or whatever.
We just talking about the outros.
Yeah. I mean, like, so just recently, like, so besides what we currently have on our solo.to /The Whiskey Capitalist, we have a Telegram channel is now as well, so you can get immediate updates on what's going on with our Twitter, with our Twitter space, and for our live streams, that's going to be t.me /The Whiskey Capitalist. That link will also be found on our solo.to page as well, so you can go to that link, and that has everything there, right there below me. So right there, it's going to have everything from our Getter, Twitter, links to Til Death Podcast Network, which is where this channel is the home to the podcast, and home to what's going to be future podcasts and whatnot as well. So it's going to be a big hub of entertainment and information for sure.
I'm excited about
it. And then if you want to bring up the bit.ly, we'll bring that one up.
Give me 1 second. I am going to do that. Share screen. Here we go. Cool. This is our
the merch store.
Yeah, I had to change that because that just looks too goddamn cool.
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah. So like again, like it's bit.ly, right?
It is this. Let's see.
Yeah. There you go. bit.ly /The Whiskey Capitalist merch.
Yep.
You can go over there and you can pick up some stuff, and you can support the podcast. We got pint glasses, we got yoga pants, we got gym shorts, bras, we got t-shirts, we got fanny packs, we have phone cases, we got different types of posters and banners and stickers. Literally,
but strange.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, it's cool.
Let me see. Where are we at? No, this one.
Other one. Yeah, strange. Yeah, so there's lots of cool stuff to be able to choose. So we have lots of like the Stranger Things kind of merch right now as well in there, and then tote bags with like the Biden saying "end of quote," repeat the line. We got T-shirts, sweatpants, hoodies, literally everything for the kids too. So just go over there. You can go and pick something up, and you are supporting the podcast. You are supporting Ian and I's venture in doing this type of medium of entertainment. And tank tops, literally, like there's so much mugs,
yes,
backpacks for the kids,
yes,
tumblers, the whole bit.
Apple Watch bands, no Apple Watches yet. Sorry, guys.
Yep. Well, it's gonna be throw pillows, the whole bit. All right. So I don't want we don't have to show them every little thing. They can go and browse on their own.
I'm just going until you are done, sir.
I am done. I don't want you to poop your pants. So so we do that, and then if you want to pull,
move it around. Like
let's wrap this one up then. So then we have also for all of your digital media needs. There's solo.to. There's Til Death Studios. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, you're good. No, I'm actually going to be doing some Sippin' with Shawn stuff, redoing the intro, redoing the logo, and doing all that stuff. And we're going to be bringing that to the Til Death Podcast Network, which is pretty cool. You're still going to be doing the Patreon extra stuff.
Stuff on the Patreon page, but like the free content is going to be moved over because we're going to be doing live streams on the YouTube channel over there.
Yes.
So that's going to be, we're going to have a whole night dedicated to doing some Sippin' with Shawn, which is going to be a lot of fun. And I hope you will tune in and check that out once we get a set date for when that's going to be starting.
We'll be tuning in for sure and be in the comments and giving you shit.
Thank you.
Also, check out solo.to/Til Death Podcast. It's the podcast that me and my wife do, and there's an episode coming out here pretty soon. I was real close to having it done, and then got sick, and life hated me. So, but yeah, that should be fun. We did a little bit of Stranger Things review of our little review, the two of us, and a couple other little things. And actually, we're going to be having you and your wife on here soon.
That's right. Yep.
I think that up. But yeah, and then as we were saying before, patreon.com/Sippin' with Shawn. That's where you get all the
exclusive content is going to be formulating on there, because then, like I said, free content is going to be the live streams. It's going to be only on the Til Death Podcast Network YouTube channel.
Yep. And make sure for Wednesday, when we do our Stranger Things review, check out at Movies America or www.moviesmerica.com. He's an awesome dude, Van, and he's on here with us pretty often, and he's usually in the chat in the comments, and don't know where he's at right now. So he's actually not going to be on the show on Wednesday. It's revoked now. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so go check him out and all that, and I think we're good.
Yeah, we're good now. So, hey, everybody, we'll see you on Wednesday. Take care, and for me, keep on sipping. But we need to have our own little tagline for End of the Whiskey Capitalist.
Well, my tagline for this one is I gotta take shit. Later on, guys.